The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. I guess there aren't many people who get more out of life than the great Gildersleeve. Today, for instance, he left the water department a little early and walked home in the brisk autumn air, working up a healthy appetite so he could enjoy a hearty dinner. And did he enjoy it? You bet.
Oh, yes, indeed. That was a fine steak, Bertie.
Thank you, sir.
Nothing like a good porterhouse.
No, sir.
And the vegetables were perfect, too, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
And Bertie,
Yes, sir.
if there's any of that dessert left, hide it from Leroy. I'll be ready to take it on about midnight.
You're a little late, Unc.
What's this, Leroy?
I told Bertie to hide it from you, and I'd take it on about 9:30.
Oh, well. Bertie, give it to Leroy.
Yes, sir.
He's a growing boy.
I'll split it with you. I'm growing up, and you're growing sideways.
Well, what the heck? I can still make the pretty girls turn their heads when I pass.
Which way do they turn them?
Oh, my boy. Any mail today, Bertie?
Yes, sir. It's in the study on your desk.
Oh, fine. Guess I'll light a cigar and go see who's been writing to me. See you later, Leroy.
Okay.
Yeah. Glad I started buying these better cigars. Never would have gotten onto them if the city treasurer hadn't had a new baby. Why, George, what a lot of mail. Uh-oh. First of the month. And I thought they were friendly. Let's see. Gas bill, telephone bill, Hogan Brothers, dentist, water bill. I'll pay that first and set a good example for my customers. Hey, what's this? Meat bill. Can't be that high. Is this the grocery bill or the national debt? Costs more to live every month. Gildersleeve, you can't go on like this. You have to call a halt. Cut back.
I got it, Bertie!
Wish they wouldn't yell when I've just gotten a headache. Oh, here's my bill from the pharmacy. Let's see what Peavy's written on it. The month of September has come and gone. Please don't let your bill linger on. Oh, my goodness. That is not funny.
Paper boy's at the door, Unc.
Oh?
$1.50.
Oh, all right. Here.
No tip for the kid?
Oh, yes. Tip. Here's a dime.
No tip for the kid who's giving the kid the tip?
Leroy.
Okay.
Well, before I try to pay these, I'd better see what they add up to.
Miss Gildersleeve,
Oh, yes, Bertie.
the boy with the bill at the front door just reminded me.
Oh, what, Bertie?
Here are the back door bills. Laundry, milkman, eggman.
Back door bills. Front door, back door, I'm surrounded.
Yes, sir.
It's a wonder they're not coming down the chimney.
They do at Christmas.
Yes. Bertie, we're living beyond our means. And it has to stop. Has to stop right now. Today. First of the month.
Yes, sir.
Now take that dinner we had tonight.
Yes, sir.
The big, expensive porterhouse steak with all the trimmings.
Yes, sir.
Bertie, who gave you the idea we could live like this?
You did.
Me?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you called from the office this morning and said, Bertie, let's have porterhouse steak and all the trimmings.
Oh, yes. Well...
That's where I got the idea. You called from the office and said porterhouse steak and all the trimmings.
Yeah, but Bertie...
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know where I got the idea?
Yes,
That's
Bertie.
right. You ordered porterhouse steak and all the trimmings.
Well, maybe I did. But I'm going to take all the rap. Leroy!
Yeah?
Step into the study, young man.
What's up?
Everything's up. Sky high. And we're going to do something about it. Look at this pile of bills.
Gosh, what have you been doing all year? Saving them?
Leroy, this represents what we've spent in 1 month.
We? How do I get in there?
Through Hogan Brothers' shoe department.
Oh.
Your new shoes. And fall suit. And school supplies. We have to start saving.
Okay, I'll start right now. I'll quit school.
That isn't the idea. We'll just have to watch it. Living costs are at an all-time high. We have to stop throwing money around.
Who's throwing it around?
We are. We're going to pull in our horns. We're going to spend less. And I'm going to set the example for the family.
Good.
Do you know what's happened to the dollar in the past 20 years? It's not worth half as much.
Yeah?
Now, what do you propose to do about the situation?
Well, I guess there's only one thing to do.
Yes, my boy.
Ask you to double my allowance.
Oh, my goodness. It makes a man feel good to take a firm stand on something. In Gildersleeve, you're going to stand like a rock against the wave of high prices, high taxes, and inflation. You may start a trend. Turn the tide. And all your friends will be proud of you. Why, George, I'll start cutting down now by buying some cheap cigars from Peavy. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Peavy, you're going to be proud of me.
You don't say.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to start right off by buying some cheap cigars from you.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you want me to be proud of you, spend some money.
Peavy, spending money is exactly what I'm campaigning against.
Is that so?
Yep. I, for one, am going to live within my budget.
You call that living?
Well, we'll have to come around to it, Peavy. If we don't, there's going to be a rude awakening.
Well, Mrs. Peavy and I have discussed that from time to time.
The trouble with us, Peavy, we buy a lot of things we can't afford. We Americans live higher than anybody else in the world.
Well, anybody who owes as much as we do has to keep up appearances.
Yeah, all right, Peavy. Go along with the crowd. Follow the Pied Piper. Say, here comes the judge.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Horace.
Gildy, I'm glad you're here. Let's draw straws to see who buys the sodas.
That's a good suggestion.
Judge, I don't want a soda.
Then let's draw straws to see who buys V1.
Mr. Gildersleeve isn't in a buying mood.
Oh?
No, sirree. I'm retrenching, and I advise you fellas to do the same.
Oh, you would?
Do you realize we're in debt up to our ears? Living on the installment plan? Take the judge here, for instance.
Oh?
You're living too high. Look at your chartreuse convertible outside, with all the extras on it.
Now, Gildy, that convertible is a little indulgence that I allowed myself.
Well, you shouldn't have done it. And look at that hand-painted tie you're wearing. It's a needless extravagance. Besides, it looks horrible.
Gildy, you gave me this tie for Christmas.
A tie? I did?
It's not expensive either, because you gave me one, too, 98 cents.
Well, I was saving money even then. You fellas are living in a fool's paradise.
Gildy, don't call me a fool.
Yeah, me either.
Well, I didn't mean it that way, fellows. I just feel sorry for you. You're throwing your money away, willy-nilly. You're just a couple of grasshoppers, and I'm an industrious ant.
Wish he was an ant. I'd sweep him right out the door.
Well, I'm not going to stand here and be called a grasshopper.
Judge, you just can't take a suggestion. Now, look at me. You know how I like good cigars, but I just ordered some cheaper ones.
Say, I'd better get those so you can be on your way.
Hey, wait a minute, Peavy. I'll save more money. I'll give up cigars. Cancel the order.
Yeah, well, tight wad.
Come to think of it, my bill here was too high last month, Peavy. Cancel my charge account.
Yeah, well, super tightwad.
I agree.
Fellows, you may not appreciate my crusade now, but someday you'll respect me.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Hello, Bertie.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve. Have a good day.
Oh, wonderful, Bertie. By the way, in the future, don't call Peavy's drugstore and charge anything.
No, sir. You on the house with it?
Oh, no. I just canceled my charge account.
Yes.
Peavy got a little miffed, and so did Judge Hooker. But I gave both of them a fine lesson in economy.
Yes, sir.
Now, how about dinner, Bertie? Are we having an economical dinner?
Yes, sir.
Fine. What's on the menu?
Well, you know that round bone roast we've been saving?
Bertie, we had steak last night. We can't have a roast tonight.
Oh, we ain't having a roast. We're just having the bone.
Oh, well. I suppose I can expect people to make light of a big movement such as I'm starting. And I don't care, so long as I keep a firm grip on the purse strings. Why, George, I'd make a good Secretary of the Treasury. I have a good notion to wire both parties and let them know I'm available.
Hi, Unc.
Well, hello, Leroy. How did you do today, my boy?
What do you mean?
With your money, of course. Did you save anything today? Did you practice what I'm preaching?
Well, gosh, Unc, I did up until 4:30.
Oh?
And then I met a thirsty girl in front of a soda fountain.
You did?
Yeah, Babs.
My boy, you should never let a girl maneuver you into a vulnerable position.
What do you mean?
I mean where you have to spend money on her.
But, Unc, sometimes a guy can't help it.
Yes, he can. You don't find your cagey old uncle trapped into these situations. Leroy.
What about all the money you spend taking Mrs. Winthrop out?
I control that. As a matter of fact, I had a date to take her to the football game tomorrow evening. But instead, I'm letting her brother take her.
Yeah?
I'm putting myself on a budget with Paula, too, my boy. I may not take her out again until Halloween.
This I gotta see.
Well, I've given up cigars. I can give up Paula.
I did it!
Yeah, I'm right here, Bertie. Well, Paula.
Hello, Throckmorton.
You come in.
But just a moment. Hello, Leroy.
Hi.
It's a delightful surprise, Paula, seeing you like this.
Well, it's about tomorrow's game.
Tomorrow's game?
Mm-hmm. This is a little unconventional, I suppose, but my brother's been called out of town, and I wonder if you'd still care to take me.
Me? Take you?
That's what she said.
Well, of course, we shouldn't let those tickets go to waste.
Oh, well, Rumson left in such a hurry he forgot to leave the tickets. But I'm sure we can still get good seats at a slight premium.
Leroy. Well, if we can't get good seats, which I doubt, we can always read the results in the newspaper.
You're joking, of course.
Yeah, joking. Yeah, I'll get the tickets, Paula. Delighted to take you.
Oh, and after the game, there's a dance at the Crystal Room. In the past, Rumson has always taken me, but we don't have to do that.
Well, if you're in the habit of going, unless you'd rather not.
Oh, I'd love it. We don't have a table, but Pierre is very helpful if you tip generously.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'll get the table at the Crystal Room.
Oh, you're sweet to take me, Throckmorton.
Not at all. It's a pleasure.
Well, I must go now. Oh, and Throckmorton.
Yes?
You needn't buy me a corsage. Just a chrysanthemum for the game will do.
Oh, yes, a mum for the game.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye, Paula.
Thanks for showing me how to keep from spending money on girls, Unc.
Now, Leroy.
I'll get the tickets, Paula.
Leroy.
I'll get the table at the Crystal Room.
Young man.
Goodbye, Paula. Goodbye, $20.
I don't see anything funny about that.
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Long-faced Louise is known all over town. One eye is blue, the other is brown. Her features are plain, but honest and true. Her hair's kind of shaggy. She's not well-to-do. But Lou's is well-loved as the fanciest girl. She's cherished and prized by our rich, handsome Earl. Now, girls, if you care, here's Lou's personal tip. Win your man with a salad made with Miracle Whip.
That's poetry.
Leroy.
Well, seriously, folks, you have no idea how tempting salads can be, how good they can taste, till you've enjoyed salads made with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip has a wonderful flavor, a peppy flavor that's just sharp enough. It's delicious, and it's a different flavor, one no other salad dressing has. That's because Miracle Whip is made from a secret craft recipe to give you the very best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. And Miracle Whip is blended carefully, thoroughly, with special craft beaters to give it just the smooth, creamy, thick texture you want. Try it. So many folks like Miracle Whip so much, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. And it actually outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. We're sure you'll like it, too. Get a jar tomorrow. For the best salad you ever tasted, get the one and only Miracle Whip. Well, the great Gildersleeve was sailing blithely along on the good ship Economy until he heard the siren call of mermaid Paula Winthrop. Naturally, he hit a reef.
You should have seen Unc Bertie. He was putty in her hands.
How about that?
Oh, Bertie. Leroy. When an attractive young lady practically asks for a date, what's a poor man going to do?
You'd be a richer man if you said no.
Yes, yes.
Bertie, he said he might not see her till Halloween. He wasn't going to take her to the game. Oh, no. He was going to let her brother do it.
What a nephew.
Bertie, you know what I got for an uncle? A jellyfish.
Oop. Now, see here, young man. I just may not take her to the game.
How are you going to get out of it?
Well, when I called, the only seats left were in the end zone. It'd be an insult to put a pretty girl like Paula behind the goalpost.
Hey, you sneaked out of it.
I wonder how you're going to get out of taking her to the crystal room.
Well, Bertie, if we don't go to the football game, it's a silly thing to go to the football dance.
What a brain.
That's not brains. That's just me. I mean, when I say I'm going to save money, I do it. Why should I follow the crowd? I set out to crusade, and I'm going to crusade.
Yeah, but what'll she say when you back out on your date?
I'm not backing out. I just don't intend to spend a fortune, that's all. People have forgotten the days when they could have a big evening on $1.
Yeah? What could a couple of grown people do on $1?
Well, there are plenty of ways to have an inexpensive date.
Sit in the parlor and hold hands?
No, Leroy. Bertie remembers when $1 went a long way, don't you, Bertie?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I ain't that old.
Well, this evening, I'm going to prove it can be done. I'm going to take Paula out with only $1 in my pocket.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. I may not even need that. There's a band concert in the park tonight. Free.
Oh, brother.
I'm going to suggest the concert to Paula. We'll go back to the simplicity of yesteryear, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
And if I know Paula, she'll be intrigued.
If I know her, you'll be in Dutch.
Well, I'm off, Bertie. Leroy.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Yeah, you'll need it.
Yeah, they're a little skeptical, but I'll show them. Yeah. My suit fits better with only $1 in my wallet. No bulges. Makes the coat drape nicely. Silly to take a satchel full of money when you have a date. Of course, I won't tell Paula I only have $1. After I cancel the football game and the dinner dance, she might get the wrong impression and think I'm cheap. But I'm not cheap. I'm patriotic. I may be doing the country a great service, showing couples how they can have a date on $1. Say, why don't I give this idea to the newspapers, along with my picture? Well, hello, Paula.
Hello, Throckmorton. I'm ready.
So I see. Nice.
Won't you come in?
No, I think we'd better be on our way. Big evening, you know.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can hardly wait to know what we're going to do.
Well, Paula, today it occurred to me that in this modern world of ours, we're passing by the real fun of life.
Oh?
Think what good times they had back around the turn of the century.
Oh, I've always loved the gay 90s. Must have been a fabulous era.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was coming to. That's the way we're going to spend the evening.
Oh, how exciting.
I knew you'd fall right in with the idea. This is an evening we'll never forget. We'll relive the good old days.
All right. Let's pretend I'm Lillian Russell and you're Diamond Jim Brady.
Diamond? Jim Brady?
What a lavish entertainer. Evening-long banquets, private orchestras. Throckmorton, where are you taking me?
Well, speaking of orchestras, I thought we might attend the band concert.
The band concert?
Yeah, just like they did in the horse and buggy days.
Well, where did you hitch your horse and buggy?
No, Paula, we're taking the car. We'll just sit in the car and listen to the band music, Paula. Just you, me, and the stars. That's pretty basic.
Oh, it's quite a refreshing idea at that.
You bet. Gildersleeve, you may get out without spending a dime. Oop.
What's wrong with the car, Throckmorton?
I'm out of gas.
Oh, well, there's a station right on the corner. You're lucky.
Yeah, lucky. I better swing in. Just made it.
Does your car have a cold, mister?
No, out of gas.
Fill her up?
Well, I have to watch my pennies. Give me 1 gallon.
You're kidding.
Only 1 gallon, Throckmorton.
Well, Paula, in the old days, people spent their money cautiously. Of course, that's out of style, and we don't do that anymore, but let's be corny just for tonight. 1 gallon.
Okay. How corny do you want to be, Ethel or regular?
Regular, smart Alec. A gallon of gas shot a quarter. Oh, well, I've got 75 cents left.
Throckmorton, if you turn in here, you can park close to the bandstand.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, how's this?
This is wonderful. We must be early.
Yeah, the orchestra's just coming on the bandstand.
Well, look who's here.
Oh, my goodness, Judge Hooker.
Hello, Judge.
Good evening, Mrs. Winthrop. Gildy, I see you can spot a good parking place, too. I'm just 2 cars over.
Fine.
It's worth the 50 cents they charge you.
50 cents?
The attendant will be around in a minute.
Zeke, I'm down to a quarter.
Oh, while the orchestra's tuning up, would you get me a bag of popcorn, Throckmorton?
Popcorn?
I'm hungry.
They're selling it over there. You want 2?
How much is it?
20 cents a bag.
Just 1, Judge. I'll go get it.
No, I'm out of the car. I'll get it for you.
Well, thank you, Judge. That's very nice of you.
Not at all. Give me the money.
All right, here. Free band concert. I'm down to a nickel and I haven't heard a note.
It's been a wonderful evening, Throckmorton. I enjoyed the band concert.
Yeah, very satisfactory evening to me, Paula. Yeah, I guess we better head for home. I still have a nickel, but it isn't going to burn a hole in my pocket.
Throckmorton, aren't you thirsty? I am, after all that popcorn.
Thirsty? Shall we turn around and go back to the water fountain in the park?
What?
The city water commissioner would like to treat you to some fine water.
Oh, Throckmorton. Mr. Peavy's still open. Let's go to his fountain.
Uh-oh, trapped.
Yeah, what can I do for you two?
Peavy, Mrs. Winthrop is thirsty.
That's good news. It's been a little slow this evening.
Mr. Peavy, may I have a glass of water?
Say, wonderful idea. Give me one, too.
Water, you say?
That's right, Peavy. 2 waters.
And after that, I'm going to forget my diet and have a big pineapple nut sundae.
Oof. 1 pineapple nut sundae coming up. How about you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Me?
Down at 35 cents.
Hold it, Peavy. Paula, speaking of your weight, diet.
What's wrong with my weight?
Well,
No, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Thank you, Mr. Peavy.
well, neither do I, Paula, but if you're on a diet, you must think you're a little heavy.
Well, I like that. Mr. Peavy, give me a double pineapple nut sundae.
Good.
While you're making it, I think I'll look at the cosmetics.
Are you going to let the lady eat alone, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, all right. What the heck? Give me a Sunday, too, Peavy, and charge it.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you closed your charge account this morning.
Oh, that. Well, open it again.
Yeah, well, I'll do it the first thing in the morning.
I don't want it first thing in the morning. I want it tonight.
Mr. Gildersleeve, a reopened account has to go through the credit bureau, and the credit bureau doesn't open till tomorrow morning, and business is business.
But confound it, Peavy, all I have with me tonight is a nickel.
Well, usually when a customer can't pay the bill, he washes the dishes.
You wash the dishes.
I happen to have a whole sink full right here behind the counter, and I hate to do the darn thing.
My George. Paula.
Yes?
I must have left some of my money at home. Do you have any with you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Throckmorton. I was so excited about our big evening, I forgot my purse.
Peavy, you wouldn't do this to an old friend. A fellow jolly boy. The city water commissioner.
How hot do you want the water, Commissioner?
Oh, I hate inflation.
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just 30 seconds. How much can salad dressing do for a salad? Well, if that salad dressing is Miracle Whip, it can do wonders. It can make the simplest salad in the world a special treat. Why? Because Miracle Whip has a truly remarkable flavor, a lively, teasing flavor that's made it the most popular salad dressing ever created. Find out just how good Miracle Whip can make your salads. Get the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing tomorrow.
This is Gildersleeve again, folks. Before we say goodnight, I'd like to remind you of one thing. Be sure to vote in this very important election that's coming up. Believe me, these days it's a privilege to be able to vote for the man you want. There are not many places in the world you can do that anymore, and we want to keep on doing it here. The only way we can be sure of keeping the rights guaranteed us by our Constitution is to use those rights. And the most valuable one of all is the right to vote. Do it, please. Good night.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Gene Bates, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There are 2 kinds of delicious Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. And whichever you prefer, remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Try it on cold sandwiches, hamburgers, frankfurters, and cold cuts. Enjoy the wonderful sauces you can make for hot meat and vegetable courses with Kraft prepared mustard. Keep both kinds on hand and keep the whole family happy. Get mild Kraft mustard and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added at your favorite food store.
Tonight, play You Bet Your Life on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Tonight, Kraft has sensational news for all of you about parquet margarine. There's a delicious new parquet, and it spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Think of that. The minute you take Kraft's new parquet ice cold from your refrigerator, it's ready to cut into neat pats, ready to spread smoothly on the freshest slice of bread. Kraft's new parquet margarine comes in a new ice blue package. You'll love the way it tastes. You'll love the way it spreads. Well, it's no secret that the great Gildersleeve considers himself Summerfield's most eligible bachelor. Perhaps his best proof of this is the fact that at present he has 2 girlfriends. Naturally, this is somewhat flattering to the water commissioner's ego.
I'm glad to see the weekend rolling around. Let's see now. Who'll I take out tomorrow night? Paula or Gloria? Well, depends on where I want to go. Nice to be able to pick your girl the way you select a suit of clothes for the evening. Gildersleeve, you're really living. Hello, Bertie.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Ironing, Bertie?
Yes, sir. Just pressing up your suit. Which one you gonna want next?
Tomorrow night, I think I'll wear the brunette. Yeah, I mean, the dark blue.
Yes, sir.
Is Leroy home yet?
Oh, yes, sir. He's in there on the phone talking to a little girl. That wire's been hot for the last hour.
That boy, always talking on the phone.
Oh, he's not talking much. He's just listening.
Oh?
She's laying him out.
What's his problem now, Bertie?
Well, the way I get it, he invited a little girl down the street to go to the movies and then forgot about it and invited another girl. Now the girl he invited and forgot about won't let him forget it.
I'll have to have a talk with Leroy. He's about as well organized as an octopus.
Yeah, I know, but listen, Susan.
Look at that position he slid into. One leg draped over the sofa, the other wound around the coffee table. He even looks like an octopus.
Yeah, but Susan, listen. Okay, I'll listen.
Poor kid.
I know, Susan, I'm sorry. Yeah, but...
Maybe I should cut the wire and get him out of this.
Okay, I said I was sorry. Okay, I'll drop dead. Now will you go to the movie with me?
What a way to get her to go to the movies with him. Leroy.
Oh, hi, Aunt. Excuse me, Susan, my uncle's home. See you around. Phew, oh, brother.
My boy, if you get your wires crossed like this, you'll never be able to get along with the girls.
I don't want to get along with girls. Never again. I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Yeah, well, chances are that's a temporary attitude.
Why do they have to be so touchy? I even tried to make a deal with them. I offered to take them both at once.
Leroy, girls don't like to be taken both at once. They don't like to think they have rivals.
Yeah?
They know they have them, but they don't like to think about it.
I guess I just don't understand women.
Well, my boy, it takes years of experience and know-how. Take your old uncle. I can handle him like a juggler handles Indian clubs. I go with 2 different girls myself. I never let the one on my right know who I'm juggling in my left.
You mean Mrs. Winthrop doesn't know you go out with Miss McKinley?
No. Why have the poor girls all upset and worried? I'm going to phone Paula Winthrop right now and make a date for tomorrow night. And then I'll phone Miss McKinley and take her out Saturday night.
Well, what if they get wise to you?
Leroy, they don't get wise to an old smoothie like me. Now, if you'll just observe the way I operate, you'll learn a few things.
Yeah, I bet I will.
Hello?
Paula, this is Throckmorton.
Oh, yes, Throckmorton.
Guess who I've been thinking about all day?
Well, of course you'll have to say me.
Yep, you. When I came in the house tonight, I said to myself, I'll phone Paula and ask her for a date tomorrow night.
Well, that was a nice thought.
Yeah.
You have a date.
Tomorrow night it is. I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it, too.
Great. I have to eat now. Ta-ta.
Bye.
She wasn't busy, huh?
Leroy, when I call them, they're never busy.
Get him. I thought you were going to eat.
Well, I have to call Miss McKinley.
Hello?
Gloria, this is Throckmorton.
I'd know that big, booming voice anywhere.
Gloria, guess who I've been thinking about all day?
Tell me.
You.
Oh, brother.
I'll bet you say that to all the girls.
What girls?
Oh, Throckmorton.
You and I came in the house tonight. I said to myself, I'll phone Gloria and ask her for a date Saturday night.
Saturday night? Well, I don't know why not.
Saturday night it is. I can't wait.
Then do you want to make it tomorrow night?
No. Yeah, I mean, Saturday night is fine. Fine and dandy. See you then.
Goodbye.
Ta-ta.
What a character.
Well, Leroy, what do you think of that?
I think your technique could be improved.
Oh, could it?
Yeah, you ought to have another phone put in so you can talk to both girls at once.
Oh?
You use the same line anyway.
Leroy. These mornings are getting a little nippy. Before long, I'll have to start wearing my overcoat to work. Say, there's the judge walking to his office. He's a spry old duffer. Well, the old goat should be. He lives on roots and herbs. Hey, Judge.
Good morning, Gildy.
How about a lift to town?
Thank you, Gildy, but I'm taking my morning constitutional.
Oh, hop in, Horace.
Gildy, I need my morning exercise.
But I want to talk to you.
If you want to talk to me, I'll trot along beside the car.
Oh, my goodness. Judge, you never keep up.
Perhaps I shouldn't race you on foot. I might get excited and run through a stoplight.
Get in, Judge. I don't know where you get all your pep.
Well, for one thing, I keep regular hours. I don't go gallivanting around town every night the way you do.
Can I help it if I'm popular?
Oh, I can't stand this. I think I'll get out and walk.
Now, Judge.
Uh-oh. Here's a pair of ladies' gloves on the floor of the car.
Ladies' gloves?
Do they belong to one of your friends?
Say, they're glorious.
Miss McKinley's, huh?
Yes. Thanks for finding them, Judge. I think I'll park here at Hogan Brothers and return them.
You're going to disturb her during business hours? Why don't you wait until you see her tonight?
I'm not going to see her tonight. This is Paula's night. Gloria's night is tomorrow night.
I don't see how you keep your engagement straight.
Yeah, like I was telling Leroy, you never get mixed up if you're clever. See you later, Judge.
No, I'm going in with you.
Judge.
I want to watch a clever fellow work.
Yes. Now stand back, Judge. Good morning, Gloria.
Why, Throckmorton. Hello there.
Good morning, Miss McKinley.
What's that? Oh, Judge Hooker.
Yeah, the judge tagged along. Gloria, you were a little careless when I drove you home the other night.
I was? What'd I do?
You left your gloves in my car.
My gloves?
So I thought I'd return them this morning. Any excuse to see you.
Throckmorton, those are not my gloves.
That you're not? Come along, Judge.
But, Gildy, if they aren't Miss McKinley's, they must be Miss...
Come along, Judge.
They must be Miss who?
The judge means they must be missing from somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe I got in the wrong car this morning.
Oh, I get it. Miss McKinley doesn't know about
Come
Miss...
along, you old goat. Right, George, I don't know how I made that mistake about the gloves this morning. It isn't like me to make mistakes. Oh, well, Gloria will get over it.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bertie.
You don't mind if dinner's a little late, do you?
Oh, not at all.
Miss Marjorie's out in the kitchen and we've been talking.
Fine. I'll drift out later and see her.
Yes, sir.
I guess I'll take off my coat and relax. Say, I didn't realize these gloves are sticking out of my pocket. Better stuff them inside. Leroy sees them, he'll start asking questions. After all my big talk last night about how to handle women, I'd hate for him to know what happened this morning.
Hi, Elk.
Oop. Hello, Leroy.
I've been waiting for you to come home.
You have?
I took a telephone call for you this afternoon.
You did?
Yeah, one of your girls.
Oh?
I bet you can't guess which one.
Well, either girl is likely to call me at any time. Tell me what you want and I'll call her back.
It was Miss McKinley at Hogan Brothers.
Well, I'll call her later.
Well, she doesn't want to talk to you.
She doesn't?
Oh, she said just to give you the message.
Oh.
But I can't believe the message. This is fantastic.
Leroy, what is the message?
She doesn't want to go out with you tomorrow night.
She called off our date?
Yep, you're through.
Oh, my.
Unc, after all you told me last night, this is very confusing to a young man.
All right, Leroy. So Miss McKinley got upset because I thought Paula's gloves belonged to her.
Unc, far be it from me to try to give you advice, but why didn't you play it cagey?
What do you mean, cagey?
Why didn't you keep quiet? A girl who lost the gloves would ask about them sooner or later.
Leroy, I had every reason to believe they were Gloria's. I'm just glad I didn't make the mistake with Paula. Yeah, I better phone her now and let her know I have her gloves.
Yeah?
Hello?
Hello, Paula. Throckmorton.
Oh, it's you, Throckmorton.
Yeah, me. I could have waited until tonight, but I wanted to hear your voice anyway.
Oh?
I found your gloves in my car, just in case you're wondering what happened to them.
Well, Throckmorton, I haven't lost any gloves.
They were on... You haven't lost any gloves? Young man. But, Paula, they must be yours.
Well, perhaps they belong to some other girl.
Oh, no, they don't belong to Miss... Well, anyway, I'll see you tonight.
Throckmorton.
Yeah?
About tonight. I think I'd best stay home.
But, Paula...
I just remembered I have to finish reading a library book tonight.
Library book? Well, if you must.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Lost both of them, huh?
Just because I tried to be nice and return a pair of ladies' gloves. Now, whose gloves could they...
Excuse me, Unky.
Yes, Marjorie.
When I drove Bertie to the grocery yesterday, did I leave my gloves in your car?
Oh!
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Only once in a blue moon can there be news like this. It's about Kraft's new parquet margarine that comes to you in a new ice blue package. Kraft has just perfected a new way to make margarine, and new parquet has the texture you've always wanted in a table spread. It does away with the warm-up that any ordinary table spread needs when taken from the refrigerator. Even when ice cold, new parquet spreads smoothly. It won't tear holes in the freshest slice of bread. Even when ice cold, new parquet creams fast and easy when you use it as a flavor shortening in your baking. And yet parquet won't run all over the plate when you leave it standing out in a warm kitchen. It holds its shape, won't separate, and parquet tastes even better than ever before. Don't you agree this is the most exciting news you've ever heard about a table spread? You'll recognize Kraft's new parquet margarine because it comes in a new ice blue package. There's a picture of a cake of ice in the corner to remind you that it spreads smoothly even when ice cold. If your grocer doesn't already have his stock of new parquet now, he will in just a few days. Look for new parquet tomorrow. The great Gildersleeve was doing very well, showing Leroy how to be popular with two girls at the same time, until he found a pair of ladies' gloves in his car. He tried to return them to Gloria, and he tried to return them to Paula, but they didn't belong to either one.
How do I get into these things?
Unky, I'll be glad to go across the street and explain to Paula that they're my gloves.
Well, Marjorie...
That won't do any good. Unc's already let it slip that he has another girl. Has another girl.
Yes.
Now, Leroy, don't poke fun at Unky.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm on good terms with Babs and Susan again just from watching Unc operate.
Great.
That way I don't make the same mistakes.
Leroy.
Miss Gildersleeve,
What is it, Bertie?
I don't suppose you're in a hurry for dinner since you ain't dating tonight.
No hurry. I'm staying home, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Don't sound so sad, Unc. There's lots of things you can do. Sit by the fireside, listen to the radio, work a crossword puzzle, wait up for me to come home from my date.
Isn't Leroy awful?
Well, I've got it coming, Marjorie. I shouldn't have set myself up as a Don Juan. Big, fat me.
Oh, poor Unky.
Mr. Gildersleeve, there's ways for you to get out of this.
I don't know, Bertie.
There's ways for you to get your girl back.
Which one?
There's ways for him to get both girls back. All he's got to do is to write to Mary Jane Trueheart.
Why write to another woman? He's in the doghouse with two of them now.
Leroy, Mary Jane Trueheart has the Lovelorn column in the paper.
Yeah?
Oh, my goodness.
Here's the paper. Let's just see who she helped out today.
Bertie, please.
Read it, Bertie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, here's her column, and here's her picture, and here's the letter some lovelorner wrote. Let's see. Dear Mary Jane Trueheart, I'm a 31-year-old youth.
Youth?
I am considered handsome, attractive, and a big spender, but the girls shun me. What should I do?
Silly stuff.
What did she tell him, Bertie?
She says, Dear Discourage,
Over.
these days no handsome, attractive man need long remain without feminine companionship.
Well.
Fortunately for you men, there's a shortage of eligible bachelors, and don't think the girls aren't aware of it.
Say she's right about that.
You see, Miss Gildersleeve, you feel better already.
Why don't you write her, Unc? I am a handsome, attractive, middle-aged youth who...
Young man. What? By George, I don't like the family's attitude about this thing. I'm the breadwinner around the house, not the laughing stock. There must be some way to save face. I think I'll stop in and talk this thing over with Petey. Of course, he doesn't have to know I'm the guy in trouble. Hello, Petey.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Petey, I'm trying to help a friend.
You don't say.
I thought I'd come to you for some advice. You have a head on your shoulders.
Well, I have to have some place to put my hat.
Petey, this friend of mine is in a little difficulty with his girlfriends.
You mean he has more than one?
He has two.
He is in trouble.
Well, not because he has two girls, Petey. He really doesn't have any.
How's that?
That is, right now he doesn't have any.
Well, then what's his trouble?
Petey, he wants his two girls back.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I hesitate to say this about your friend, but isn't he a little greedy?
No, I'm not. All right, Petey. I'll admit I'm the guy. I found a pair of ladies' gloves in my car, and I made the mistake of trying to return them to both Paula and Miss McKinley. And they didn't belong to either one.
My.
Now they're both mad at me. What do you think I should do, Petey?
Get out of town.
Be serious, Petey. Why should girls get all upset just because of a pair of little gloves?
Well, it might be because... Oh, no, that couldn't be.
What couldn't be, Petey?
Well, I was about to suggest that they might be jealous of you, but that couldn't be.
Wait a minute, Petey. You may have stumbled onto something there. Why else would they break their dates with me? Because they're jealous. That's the answer.
It's one answer.
It's the only answer. The green-eyed monster has clouded their judgment. That's why they've thrown me over. That's possible, isn't it, Petey?
Anything's possible.
Sure. And if they get jealous over a pair of gloves, think how I could worry them if I really put my mind to it.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I wouldn't push my luck too far.
Petey, I know what I'm doing. I'll make them think I'm so popular they'll be scrambling to get dates with me. They'll consider me the catch of Summerfield.
Well, there's not a bigger fish in town.
No, sir. Peavy, my only problem is that I've been underestimating myself.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, there's Gloria in the complaint department. She looks a little drawn and haggard. Poor girl. She's probably been losing sleep over me.
Mr. Bentley, hi.
Well, I'll toy with her for a while. I had the advantage all the time and didn't know it. Why not use it? Good morning, Gloria.
Oh, it's you.
Yep, me.
You here on business, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Mr. Gildersleeve. Say, she's jealous, all right.
If not, I know you'll excuse me while I go about mine.
Now, Gloria, how about a little smile?
Throckmorton, why are you here?
Why? Well, if you must know, I finally found the girl the gloves belong to. So I thought I'd take her a bottle of perfume and make amends for keeping them so long. A man has to be tactful, you know.
This is not the perfume counter.
Oh, I know. But I thought you might recommend something that would make a big impression on Jane. Or was it Mabel?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, well, I'll get both of them something. Any suggestions?
Yes, so you're sure you want to hear them?
No, Gloria. I know you don't like the idea. But you just have to face it. I have other girlfriends. Many of them. In fact, next week I'm booked solid. But I want to be big about this. How about a date a week from Saturday night?
I happen to be busy that night.
Well, how about Sunday night?
Busy?
Monday night?
Busier.
Well, Tuesday? Wednesday? Thursday?
For your information, I'm dating nobody but the assistant manager.
I didn't think I'd make her that jealous.
So you're crossing Miss McKinley off your list, huh, Unc?
You bet. While we're on the subject, Leroy, I'd like to give you a little advice about girls.
Some more?
Pick out one nice girl and stick to her, like I'm doing.
What do you mean, like I'm doing? You haven't even got a girl.
Well, I'm going across the street to get one back right now.
Mrs. Winthrop?
Sure. When I phoned and said I wanted to come over, she was very nice. The other day, I just temporarily upset her, that's all. She's not a butterfly flitting from flower to flower like Miss McKinley.
Miss McKinley flitted back to the assistant manager, huh?
It's all right, Leroy. Everything's working out for the best. Paula's the girl for me. She's lived across the street for over a year now, and she never dates with anybody else. We've been going steady without me realizing it.
Well, good luck, Steady.
You run back in the house. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Well, this is your test, Gildersleeve. Leroy, the little family, will be waiting to know how I come out. If I don't swing it, I'll never hear the last of it. I'll have to handle this differently. No bragging. I'll be humble. My old, sincere self.
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Paula.
Come in.
Thank you. I appreciate your seeing me, permitting me to come over.
Oh, relax, Throckmorton. You're acting like a little boy who's misbehaved.
Well, I have. I've been a heel. I should have told you long ago that I have other dates occasionally.
Oh, you're under no obligation to do that. Sit down.
Well, on the edge of the chair. Thank you.
You shouldn't tell me anything you don't want to.
Oh, I want to tell you about it. After all, we're going steady.
We are?
Well, practically. I haven't been going out lately, and you never go out. You're the stay-at-home, book-reading type.
Oh? Well, I don't sound very interesting, do I?
Well, not to a lot of people, maybe, but to me you are. You're solid, Paula.
Well.
You're true blue, the salt of the earth. A real, wholesome, old-fashioned girl.
Well, Throckmorton, you say such flattering things.
Well, I mean them.
You make a little stay-at-home, book-reading, old-fashioned girl feel so good.
Then I'm forgiven?
Well, there's nothing to forgive, really.
Great. Then how about me coming back a little later? How about a date tonight?
Oh, If you like.
Yippee!
Yeah, I knew I could count on you, Paula. There's no use in both of us sitting at home twiddling our thumbs any longer.
Would you like to come over about 8?
Love it. Until tonight, then, Paula. Paula?
Now, Throckmorton,
But, Paula, we're making up.
run along, you impetuous boy.
She tweaked my cheek.
Here's your hat. I'll see you tonight.
Tonight. Can't wait. Bye. By George, I do feel like a boy. She tweaked my cheek. Wait until I tell Leroy. Leroy! Oh, Leroy!
Yeah? Hey, what's happened to you?
What's happened? Well, things happened just as I said they would. She's been lonesome. Sitting over there waiting for me to ask her for a date. Just pining away.
Yeah? Say, where'd you get the hat?
What hat?
That hat you're wearing is 3 sizes too big for you. That's some other guy's hat.
Who left his hat over there?
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just 30 seconds. The newest discovery in a table spread now comes in an ice blue package. It's Kraft's new Parquet, the margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Compare new Parquet with any other table spread, and you'll agree it spreads better, far better. New Parquet is good eating, too, with a delightful flavor that sings of freshness. Tomorrow, look for Kraft's new Parquet in the blue package. It looks wonderful, it tastes wonderful, and it spreads smoothly even when ice cold.
I never dreamed Paula would be seeing another man with me right across the street. You know, all the time I thought she was reading a book. Well, I'm glad I didn't keep my date with her last night. I'm glad I had Leroy return that hat. I never want to see Paula again. I'll show her. Yeah, there's Gloria at the complaint desk. I know she prefers me to that assistant manager. Yeah, I'd like to get a date with her and drive right past Paula's house. Might even get a look at the guy who owns the hat. Yeah, I'll be charming, Gildersleeve. Good morning, Gloria.
Oh, Throckmorton, I'm very busy this morning.
Yeah, so I see. Somebody return a purchase?
Some woman returned a hat. I asked her what was wrong with it, and she said not a thing. It served its purpose.
Say, that's a man's hat. Looks like the one I wore home last night. I mean, Gloria, who had this hat sent out?
A woman who lives on your street. Do you know a Mrs. Paula Winthrop?
Not as well as she knows me. A man should never try to outsmart a woman. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gene Bates, Viola Vaughn, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Done up just right, a delicious hamburger can be truly a gourmet's delight, a big deal in eating pleasure. Of course, just about every good cook knows that a dash of Kraft prepared mustard really makes a hamburger. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Kraft mustard, naturally. There are 2 kinds of Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, if you like it smooth and delicately spiced. Snappy Kraft mustard with horseradish added, if you like it nippy. Get both kinds of Kraft prepared mustard at your food store.
Tonight, play You Bet Your Life on NBC.
Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. It tastes wonderful, it looks wonderful, but the big news about Kraft's new parquet is the way it spreads. Even when ice cold, new parquet spreads smoothly. It won't tear up a fresh slice of bread. It won't crumple thin crackers. New parquet is ready to spread smoothly the instant it leaves your refrigerator. Get Kraft's new parquet tomorrow in the new blue package. You'll love the way it tastes. You'll love the way it spreads. The average parent can pretty well control the average youngster's desires for a new this and a new that. But the law of averages doesn't seem to apply to the great Gildersleeve and his nephew Leroy, because the boy usually gets what he wants.
Well, let's see. This is October 15th, and then comes November 15th, and then December 15th, and 10 days after that. Gosh, Bertie, I can't wait till Christmas to ask Unc for a new watch.
Well, Leroy, what about the birthday angle?
Oh, gosh, I've had 3 birthdays this year already.
But you only got away with one.
Yeah, but I gotta get a new watch.
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Wish me luck, Bertie.
Boy, you don't need no luck. Ever since you was born, you've been knee-deep in 4-leaf clovers.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Did you have a good day?
Well, it's rather hectic these days, my boy. The mayor's been calling a lot of conferences at City Hall.
Yeah?
Yeah, high-level, top-drawer stuff. Big brass, you know.
Gosh, I'm proud of you, Unc. You're top brass.
Well, I guess I'm about as brassy as they come. I've been waiting all day to get in this chair.
Well, just relax, Unc. You deserve it. Want me to get your slippers?
Well,
Robe? Newspaper? Some warm milk?
no thanks, Leroy. I'll just sit and sag.
Okay, I'll light your cigar.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Just want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable.
Unc,
Yes, my boy?
aren't you going to ask me about my day?
Oh, excuse me. How was your day, Leroy?
I was late for school.
Well, that'll happen. Forget about it.
I don't want to forget about it. Let's talk about it.
All right. Why were you late?
Now we're getting somewhere.
You left home in plenty of time.
But I'm always late places. All on account of my old atomic jet watch.
Your watch?
What an old turnip. Look, the stem screws out. See?
Oop! Leroy, put that stem back.
Okay, just showing you. And the crystal falls out. Watch this.
Leroy, stop pounding your watch on the table.
That's funny. It won't fall out now. It did when I tackled Piggy during football scrimmage.
Well, I'm not surprised.
How about it, Unc? Can I have a good watch now?
Now, Leroy.
I saw some swell ones down at Mr. Peavy's. He's a friend of yours. Why don't you give him the business?
Don't push me.
Mr. Peavy might give you a discount.
I wouldn't ask for a discount. That's the way friendships are lost.
Okay, pay the full price, $29.95. What's the matter? Swallow some smoke?
Nearly swallowed my cigar.
Well, it's worth it, Unc. 17 jewels and a Swiss movement.
My boy, it's obvious you don't know how to take care of a good watch. Pulling out the stem, banging it on the table, wearing it in football scrimmage.
Oh, Unc, I got the worst watch in school. Let me put it up to your ear so you can see how noisy it is.
Huh?
You see? You can't tell whether it's the watch ticking or somebody knocking on the door.
Take it away, Leroy.
Okay, but now you know what I have to live with. But for $29.95...
I'm not putting out that kind of money for a watch right now.
Well, when? Thanksgiving?
No.
Christmas?
Young man, you're not ready for a watch like that. You'll get a good watch when you graduate from high school.
When I graduate? Gosh, I may never get the watch.
Peavy's Pharmacy.
Good morning, Mr. Peavy. This is Leroy.
Well, hello, Leroy. What can I do for you?
Mr. Peavy, has my uncle been in there this morning?
No, but he usually drops in around this time.
Swell. You know those watches you have in the showcase?
Yes, I'm pretty well acquainted with him.
Well, when Unc comes in, I'll bet if you really tried, you could sell him one.
Oh, does Mr. Gildersleeve need a watch?
No, I do.
my.
And if you could help a little kid in any way, I sure would appreciate it.
Well, Excuse me, I'll have to hang up. A customer just came in, and I think he wants to buy a watch.
Hello, Peavy.
Oh, I get it. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Nothing, Peavy. I'm not going to buy a thing.
That's what he thinks.
On second thought, I am thirsty. You might give me a Coke.
Very well. You care to move down to the showcase and drink a Coke, Mr. Gildersleeve?
What's wrong drinking it here at the counter?
Well, I have a little work to do in the showcase, and I thought you might like to see what I'm doing.
Well, I'll move down. It's better than shouting back and forth.
Yes, I think so.
Peavy, I've never seen such a junky-looking showcase. You've got everything in there.
Well, if I put everything in one place, I know where it is.
Just look at that. Box cameras, fountain pens, Japanese fans, watches.
Speaking of watches, I'll just take my best value and put it up on top of the showcase. Beautiful watch, Mr. Gildersleeve. And only $29.95. Just the kind that'd make some man, woman, or boy very happy.
Oh?
I'll never forget the first good watch I had. It was given to me by my uncle. Yeah, I was his nephew.
I gathered that, Peavy.
After he gave me that watch, I thought the sun rose and set in my uncle.
Uh-huh.
Very reliable timekeeper. I doubt if I'd ever made it through pharmaceutical school without it.
Peavy, I know this will come as a surprise to you, but the watch you're pushing is exactly the same one Leroy is trying to promote.
You don't say.
Are you and Leroy in cahoots?
No, I'm not in cahoots. I'm in the drugstore.
Yes.
That phone would ring now.
Yeah, I'll answer it, Peavy. You have your hands full.
Oh, I can get it, Mr. Gildy.
Now, don't worry. I won't frighten the customer away. I'll even talk like you. Peavy's Pharmacy.
Mr. Peavy, did Unc go for the watch?
Leroy! Bertie!
Evening, Mr. Gildersleeve. You home early from the office.
Well, it gets dark early these days, Bertie. I've always been one to follow the sun.
Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm on the trail of my nephew. Where is Leroy?
Oh, he's out playing. He came home from school and asked what time it was, and then he raided the icebox and asked what time it was again, then went out to play.
Oh?
Mr. Gildersleeve, what time is it?
What time is it? Where's the little clock you keep here in the kitchen?
Oh, Leroy took that so he'd know when to come home for dinner.
He's carrying a clock around with him?
Yes, sir, he's using it for a wristwatch.
A wristwatch?
Well, not exactly a wristwatch. He took some adhesive tape and wrapped it on above his elbow.
Oh, my goodness. He's carrying this thing too far.
He says he can't trust that watch of his. Maybe that poor little boy needs a new one.
Now, Bertie, he has Peavy working on me. Don't you try to influence me.
Oh, no, sir. Bertie wouldn't try to influence you. Of course, Leroy was late for school again this morning, but Bertie wouldn't try to influence you.
Good, Bertie.
No, sir. Bertie wouldn't try to influence you. Of course, if he's late at school too often, he may not pass this year, but Bertie wouldn't try to influence you.
All right, Bertie, don't.
No, sir. Of course, that poor little boy tells me the stem comes out and the crystal comes out and he's on outs with his teacher, but Bertie wouldn't try to influence you.
That Leroy, he's lining up everybody on his side. Well, I can see through him.
Unc! Oh, Unc, where are you? Unc!
In the kitchen, Leroy.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Gosh, I made it home in plenty of time to wash for dinner, thanks to this reliable clock of Bertie's.
Young man, get that clock off your arm and put it back on the shelf.
Okay. But I was out playing, and you know how time gets away if you don't have a watch you can depend on.
I'll bet you've just been waiting for me to come home so you could show me how you're suffering.
Me?
Yeah. And while we're on the subject, I must say I'm getting a little annoyed with your tactics. That phone call to Mr. Peavy, for instance.
Oh, gosh, Unc, I guess I lost my head asking Mr. Peavy to help me get a watch.
Yeah, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I won't say any more about it if you won't.
Okay, I'll forget about the watch. I can take it.
Take what?
The cruel things they say about me at school.
What's this?
They say, there goes Leroy, the dope. He doesn't even know what time it is.
Leroy, let's see your watch. Where is it?
Here in my hip pocket.
Hip pocket? Let me have it.
Okay.
You don't want this watch to run. You shouldn't carry a wristwatch in your pocket. Picks up lint and dust. What else do you have in your pocket?
Salted peanuts.
Salted peanuts.
They're in a bag.
What if the salt sifts out into your watch? It'll corrode the works. Ruin it forever.
Yeah.
Leroy, there's nothing wrong with this watch. With proper care, it'll last for years.
No, that's okay for you to say. You don't have to put up with it.
By George, you're just trying to finagle a new watch. I'll wear your watch tomorrow and prove it can keep time.
You'd wear my watch?
To prove a point, yes. And if I can keep my appointments by it, do you agree to keep quiet?
Oh, gosh, you could be checking it with other clocks all the time.
Leroy, I give you my word, I won't look at another clock all day.
And you won't ask anybody for the time?
Well, no, I won't.
It's a deal.
I'll go, Bertie. Well, Mr. Mayor.
Hello, Gildersleeve.
Come in. I'm honored to have you call.
I only have a moment.
Well, glad you dropped by, if only for a moment. You remember my nephew, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, yes. Hello, Gerald.
Gerald?
It's Leroy, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, yes. Gerald is the dog catcher's son. Hello, Leroy.
Hi.
Gildersleeve, I stopped in the water department at 5:15, but you apparently had gone for the day.
Well, I had a little water business to attend to on the way home.
Yes, well, the water commissioner shouldn't make a habit of leaving early. It might leak back to me.
Very witty, Mr. Mayor. Very witty.
Oh, brother.
Gildersleeve, we're having a very important meeting to the city commissioners at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon.
On Saturday afternoon?
Saturday afternoon.
Oh, well, very good, Mr. Mayor.
I had to let you know tonight to give you time to prepare your fall report.
Oh, I'll be there with the report. I'm meeting Charlie Anderson at the reservoir at 10:30. And I'll set up an appointment with the city bookkeeper for 1 o'clock.
Good. I must be running along. See you tomorrow, Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I'll be there. You can depend on that.
With my watch?
Goodbye, Leroy.
So long.
Ta-ta, Mr. Mayor.
Dinner time!
Coming, Bertie.
Hey, Bertie, guess what? Unc's loaded with important appointments tomorrow, and he's going to try to keep them with my watch.
With your watch?
You bet.
Gildersleeve will be right back. When you go shopping tomorrow, why not look for the one margarine that's really new? Look for new Parquet, the delicious new margarine made by Kraft. One simple fact will convince you that I mean it when I say Parquet is different. Here at last is a margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. You can prove it with your very first pound. Just store new Parquet away in your refrigerator overnight, long enough to get really cold. Then whisk it to the table the minute your meal is ready. What a welcome surprise. Parquet slices into neat pats without any of the splintering or crumbling you'd expect. Then spread it. No trouble. No mess. Parquet won't tear the freshest slice of bread. And the same Kraft Discovery keeps parquet from running all over the plate when you leave it standing out in a warm kitchen. It doesn't melt down the way any ordinary table spread will. Your grocer now carries smooth-spreading, wonderful-tasting new parquet. Look for it tomorrow in the new ice blue package. Each package has a picture of a cake of ice in the corner to remind you that Kraft's new parquet is the margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Well, Leroy's been campaigning for a new wristwatch. And just to prove there's nothing wrong with his nephew's old watch, the great Gildersleeve is wearing it for a day. Of course, it's a day of heavy engagements for the water commissioner, but so far things have worked out.
Yeah, this watch has been keeping pretty good time since I adjusted the regulator. Yeah, let's see if it's still running. Sure, strong as an ox. Seems it should be later than 2 o'clock. Wish I could check it with the clock. Yeah, but I won't break my promise to Leroy. Yeah, let's see where the sun is. Oop, overcast, no sun. Yeah, I can't afford to be late for my appointment with the mayor. Why, George, is a great temptation to take a peek at the clock on my desk.
Hi, Unc.
Leroy, I didn't expect to see you down here.
I just wanted to see how you're getting along with my watch. How are you getting along?
Well, fine. Great. Wonderful little watch you have here.
Yeah? What time is it now?
Well, 10 minutes after 2. Leroy, if you're trying to worry me, you aren't successful. Was I far off?
Well, I can't tell you, Unc. Remember our agreement.
Yeah, and I've stuck to it. See, I even turned my desk clock to the wall.
Well, it's still a temptation. Unc, you mind if I put it in your filing cabinet?
Not at all. I promised you I wouldn't look at a clock or ask about the time, and I won't.
Well, let's lock it in the filing cabinet anyway, huh?
If it'll make you feel any better.
Okay.
Oop! Turn off the alarm, Leroy.
Oh, I got it. Hey, what are you doing with an alarm clock in your office?
Well...
You take naps, huh?
What if I do? A busy executive has to doze off once in a while to store up energy.
Well, I'll put your clock in the cabinet.
Suspicious nephew.
So long, Unc.
Goodbye, Leroy. Well, no use denying it. Now I am worried about the time. This watch says 2:15. I don't dare be late for the mayor's meeting. I don't want to go in early either. You think I haven't enough work to do? Yeah, I know. I'll phone Paula. This is the day her bridge club meets at 2 o'clock. If she isn't home, at least I'll know it's after 2. Well, she isn't home.
Hello?
Oop. Hello, Paula. This is Throckmorton. I didn't think you were home.
Well, then why did you call?
Well, because I was sure you were out.
Oh?
And if you were out, I'd know it was after 2 o'clock. Yeah, I mean...
Throckmorton, are you well?
Me? Sure. But I thought your bridge club was meeting today.
We met yesterday.
Oh.
Now then, why did you call?
Well, heck, how about a date tonight?
All right.
Say in about 3 hours and 45 minutes.
What?
That would be about 6 o'clock, wouldn't it?
Oh, you're taking me to dinner. How wonderful.
Dinner? Well, yes.
Thank you, Throckmorton. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, I didn't learn much there, except I have a dinner date. Who's that?
Gildersleeve.
Mr. Mayor. How long have you been standing there?
Oh, long enough. But I wouldn't think of interrupting you while you're talking to one of your lady friends on city time.
Well, I'd caught up with my work. I'm a fast worker.
I gathered that from your phone conversation.
I guess it's about time for your meeting, Mr. Mayor. Shall we go?
Gildersleeve, my meeting has been in progress for half an hour.
It has?
What excuse do you have other than your social activities?
Well, I got a little confused about the time. I watch here must be a little off.
Gildersleeve, what is a city official doing with an atomic jet watch?
You see, Mr. Mayor.
Where's the clock you always keep on your desk?
Oh, that's in the filing cabinet.
In the filing cabinet? Oh, you must be joking. Nobody with the IQ of a gnat would keep a clock in a filing cabinet.
Yeah, well, yes, you're right, Mr. Mayor. Glad you didn't take me seriously. Shall we go to the meeting? Darn that alarm.
Gildersleeve!
Keeping me in the meeting until almost dark. I'll have to hurry. I don't want to be late for my date with Paula.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, Bertie, I won't be having dinner at home tonight.
You won't?
Yeah, I should have phoned you, but I was tied up with the mayor all afternoon.
Yes, sir.
You and Leroy go ahead. I'm taking Mrs. Winthrop to dinner.
Yes, sir. Leroy! Leroy!
Wonder if I'm late. It's a great temptation to sneak a look at the mantel clock. And I can't fudge on Leroy. Still, if I just happen to look in that general direction. Say, I wonder if I left my hat on the mantel by the clock. Better take a look. No, it isn't there. But Zeke, it's 5 minutes after 6. I'd better get on the ball.
Hi, Unc.
Get out of my way, Leroy. I have to shave and change my clothes.
How's my watch running? Running a little slow, I take it.
Yeah, I couldn't help being late. Hope Paula isn't too angry. I don't know why I ever agreed to wear Leroy's watch today. I spent half my time tinkering with it. Still, it runs. Probably just needs more regulating. Why doesn't she come to the door? Wonder if I'm so late she got tired waiting and left. Might have been easier to buy Leroy a new watch than to go through all this.
Who on earth is there?
Hello, Paula. Turn on the porch light. It's me, Throckmorton.
Oh, good heavens, Throckmorton.
Yeah, I've been ringing the doorbell.
Well, I heard it. But I thought if I ignored it, whoever it was would go away.
Why should I go away? I'm here to take you to dinner.
Well, I didn't want to answer the door in curlers like this. You're so early.
Early? No, I beg your pardon, but you're late.
I am not.
No, Paula, you're just upset with me because I happened to catch you all tangled up with curlers.
Tangled? Well, don't tell me I spent an hour on my hair just to be insulted.
Oh, I didn't say your hair was that bad. But you just admitted yourself you were ashamed to come to the door all wired up like that. You do look funny.
Oh, how can a man be so horrid?
Oh, Paula, there's no reason to get upset. Go make yourself presentable and we'll go to dinner.
We are not going to dinner.
You back already, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie.
What happened, Unc?
Same thing that's been happening all day. Nothing but trouble. I'm in trouble with the mayor. In trouble with Paula.
Yeah?
You mean you're having dinner with us instead of Miss Winthrop?
Yeah, if I eat it all, Bertie.
Yes, sir. I'll go set a plate.
Unc,
Yes, Leroy?
you couldn't be in trouble with everybody because of my watch, could you?
Let's not rub it in.
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm sorry you got in so many jams. And I certainly do admire you.
You do?
I don't know of another uncle in the whole world who'd go through the day with that old turnip.
Well,
It sure double-crossed you, Unc.
certainly lowered my position with the mayor.
What a phony watch.
And I never seen Paula so upset. She slammed the door on my necktie.
Yeah? I wondered why it was so short.
Well, fortunately, I had my penknife along.
Unc, if I were you, I wouldn't have a watch like that in the house.
Well,
You'd be entirely within your rights if you tossed it in the fireplace.
right, George, that's the best suggestion I've heard. Here goes before I change my mind.
Atta boy, Unc, you showed it.
Well, I'm glad to get rid of that.
Yeah. Of course, that was my watch you broke.
Say, it was.
I get a new one now, huh, Unc?
Yeah, I suppose so. That darn watch wouldn't even keep correct time long enough to get me across the street. I set it by the clock on the mantel, and Hey, the mantel clock still says 5 minutes after 6.
Sure. So you wouldn't be tempted to check the time I pulled the plug last night.
Maybe that watch was running all right.
Pretty hard to prove now, though.
Great Gildersleeve will be back in just 30 seconds. An ordinary table spread won't spread at all when it's cold. You've discovered that. But have you discovered Kraft's new Parquet margarine spreads smoothly when it's ice cold? New Parquet won't tear the freshest slice of bread, even though you leave it in your refrigerator until you're ready to serve it. This is the margarine for you. Tomorrow, get Kraft's good-tasting, smooth-spreading Parquet at your grocer's. Look for new Parquet in the new ice blue package.
Well, here's your new watch, my boy. Now run along.
Yeah, I can't wait to show it to everybody. Thanks again, Unc. So long, Mr. Peavy.
Goodbye, Leroy.
Peavy, there goes a happy boy.
Yeah, I'm happy, too. That'll be $29.95.
Oh, well, I guess it's worth it. Leroy wouldn't be happy without it. Take me now. I've been carrying this old pocket watch for 30 years. And I'll be carrying it for my lifetime.
Yeah, it could be.
I know it's a little old-fashioned and bulky, but it's handy for carrying snapshots.
Yeah.
And it's a little tarnished compared to that sleek gold-plated job.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. Naturally, a watch as old as mine could go haywire any time.
Yeah.
And like the mayor said, the city water commissioner should carry a reliable watch. It could be the difference between being commissioner and ex-commissioner.
Yeah.
And after talking Paula into another date, I want to be sure I'm on time.
Well, yeah.
Peavy, give me one of those new watches. You've talked me into it.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Stanley Farrar, Gene Bates, and Dick LeGrand. Musical composition by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What goes into a perfect sandwich? Maybe it's roast beef or savory baked ham. Whatever your favorite, the perfect meat sandwich needs the perfect mustard. Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. You can take your choice of two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard is smooth and delicately spiced, or if you like your mustard with extra pep, try Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Keep them both on hand and keep everyone in the family happy. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.